For the first time since a strongly worded letter last week, Dudley Webb is talking on camera about when we'll see progress at Centrepointe.
It's been a long process, but the Scott County School Board is now preparing to finally announce their new superintendent.
Showing up for tomorrow, 70s in the forecast. How long does that stay? I'll have that coming up in just a few minutes.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. For the first time since work resumed last week, the owner of the Centrepointe site in downtown Lexington is speaking on camera about the project's future.
Developer Dudley Webb has just told us his company is moving full steam ahead with construction. WKYT's Sean Moody is live at the site with our top story at noon. Sean?
Hey there, Bill. It's all quiet in the Centrepointe hole right now. You can see behind me there's no machinery moving things around, but Dudley Webb says that within several days, workers will start pouring the concrete for the underground parking garage that's going there. I talked to him this morning. He apologized to the public for everything that's happened so far, but he says things are now ready to move forward. Webb said the project has been plagued by timing issues. He said that every time one piece of the project was ready to go, he said another piece would fall through. Last week, his office put out a 6-page statement saying that since the third-party developers dropped out not long ago, his company, he says, is ready to move forward on the design on their own. He says he knows there have been questions about the project, whether it would actually happen. I've talked with some people who said they weren't convinced by seeing a piece of equipment down there moving rocks. I asked Mr. Webb how he could convince people that things are moving forward. People have expressed the concern that crews go down there and they move some rocks from one pile to another and they say, oh, we're working, but it's not really progressing toward anything. How do you alleviate that concern that people are saying?
Well, the only thing that will alleviate those concerns is for them to see the concrete trucks there. We know that. We're pushing Hunt Construction from Indianapolis. The people who built Rupp Arena are here with us. They're going to be our contractor.
Now, Webb says it'll take about 8 to 10 months to complete that parking garage down there on the pit. That's when he says they'll get going on the towers. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, Sean, thank you. And a statement released last week by the mayor's office said, quote, if real progress is occurring, then it would represent a major turn of events. Hopefully this is not more of the same that we have experienced for 8 years. Our responsibility is to continue to protect taxpayer dollars.
Police are hoping surveillance video from a central Kentucky gas station will help them catch a gunman. The Franklin County Sheriff says 2 men started fighting inside the BP station off 127 North. That's when the clerk stepped in to break it up, but not before shots were fired. WKYT's Mike Byer is live in Frankfort now with the latest in this Crime Tracker report.
Here's the twist to the story. A detective working the case tells me he's not only looking to file charges against the shooter and the assailant, but he's looking to file charges against the suspect or against the victim as well. Now let's take a step back, catch you all up to speed of what happened. The Franklin County Sheriff tells me that the incident happened Friday evening here at the BP gas station on 127 North. This is just a few miles north of Frankfort. Now, we have surveillance video of the incident. Take a look at this. It starts with the victim walking into the station. Shortly after, the shooter and the assailant follow him inside. That's when the 2 men get into an argument. Next, the clerk steps in to break the 2 men up, giving the victim enough time to get outside and into his vehicle. The gunman then makes his way outside. Detective Jake Bantis says the suspect then fires 5 to 6 shots at the man who was taking off in his vehicle. The shooter and assailant then flee the scene. Now, no one was hurt in the shooting. Meanwhile, Detective Bantis says he knows the names of all 3 people. He says he's just not ready to release them yet.
We've collected quite a bit of evidence. We've got several leads. We believe we know who all parties involved are. We've identified everybody we believe. There's a few things to investigate to make sure of that before we file any charges. I believe we'll seek charges soon, though, in this case.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, Detective Banta tells me that he's going to charge all 3 people involved in this case. He says it could have been a whole lot worse if it wasn't for the clerk stepping in to break up the argument. That's it for now here in Franklin County. I'm Mike Byer, WKYT.
Thank you, Mike. And investigators believe the fight is potentially related to a heroin bust the sheriff's office made Thursday of last week.
Well, the calendar isn't quite there yet, but spring is definitely in the air in the Bluegrass State. We're in the upper 60s for today. It'll only get warmer as the week goes along. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live now in our First Alert Weather Center with these good details.
Really good details. We get toward the afternoon. It's still going to be a nice day. Can we rule out a sprinkle? No, we can't rule it out. But no rain expected. Really just washing any plans out. It's nothing like that the next few days. So it's mainly dry. We'll have mostly cloudy skies. Not the best looking day, but it does feel pretty good. It's already 60 degrees there in Lexington. Frankfort just above 60 degrees. Upper 50s, lower 60s as you go south of I-64. And we'll finish this afternoon in the mid to upper 60s, especially if we can get at least a couple of breaks in the clouds here and there. Extremely nice conditions. The focus of the forecast, it's all about spring, and it's not changing anytime soon. I'll show you how long we're going to hold on to those 70s in the forecast, because we'll get into those tomorrow, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you. And the Central Kentucky School District is ready to name its new leader. The Scott County Board of Education will hold a special meeting this evening and name a new superintendent. The current superintendent, Patricia Putty, says she plans to retire in June. WKYT's Mark Barber is in Georgetown now with a preview. Mark?
While parents and graduates want the new superintendent to be a strong leader who cares about their students' academic success, some say even more than that, they hope the new superintendent will make schools safer for students who are bullied.
I have two cousins in school who get bullied just about every single day, one for her weight, another for her appearance.
Courtney Devers graduated from Scott County High last year. She thinks too many teachers and administrators are failing to protect students from bullies.
And sometimes some teachers do something about it, some don't. They say they will and it never happens. And I think that's most importantly what needs to be number one stopped in school.
The Scott County School Board has been searching for a new superintendent since they decided they would not renew Superintendent Patricia Putty's contract a year ago. Now, their long search for a new leader is over. During tonight's special board meeting, the board plans to name the new superintendent. Devers hopes the school system's top official will make their top priority protecting their students.
Create that bond and that trust and let them know that you're actually going to take action.
The new superintendent will likely take office in time for next school year. In Scott County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. And Putty, by the way, is planning to retire on schedule when her contract ends in June. Well, voters will be heading to the polls in parts of the Commonwealth tomorrow for 4 special legislative elections that could alter the history in the State House.
In Scott County, Republican Philip Pratt will take on Democrat Chuck Tackett. The winner will replace Ryan Quarles, who won the election last November for State Agriculture Commissioner. Republican Daniel Elliott and Democrat Bill Nolker are vying for House District 54 in Boyle County. That seat was left open when Mike Harmon won the election for state auditor. And there will also be special elections in northern Kentucky and western Kentucky. Republicans could earn an unprecedented 50-50 split if they do pull off the sweep. Kentucky's Secretary of State is pushing for new legislation that would change the state's voting process. House Bill 290 would allow people to cast their ballots early without giving a reason. To vote absentee now, you have to give the state a qualifying reason for why you're not able to make it to the polling place, like disability, military service, and study abroad programs. If the measure is passed, it could allow people to vote early in the November presidential election.
Well, Americans are mourning the loss of former First Lady Nancy Reagan. We'll show you how she's being remembered. Coming up on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead, late night host Jimmy Kimmel is taking the stage for tonight's television's biggest night. We'll have more on his latest gig next on WKYT.